Welcome to another episode of the Unicorn Circuit, your weekly dose of car news, Fanking, weird laws, conspiracies. We've got a massive show today, but we've got a couple of announcements to make first. Martin, we're introducing to the Unicorn people first, the Fat Matt.
The Fat Matt. I was about to make a gag about being reliable like an old Toyota, like an old beige Toyota.
That's
Always
wait
reliable.
for the news. Wait
Always
for the
on
news
time.
before we get to the 79 series. What's a Fat Matt? It says Mighty Car Mod's official merchandise.
That's a good question. What's a Fat Matt? Now, a Fat Matt is a thing you never even knew you wanted until you got one. And I was introduced to the concept of these a while back, but mine was really, really boring.
Was
it?
it?
Like, man, I reckon we can do something. I reckon we can do something epic. And so we have.
Oh.
We have, people. This, in two different colours, is a Fat Matt. Now, why is it fat? Because it's like a mouse mat, but it's really, really fat. That's where the name comes from.
It's so good. So the idea of this is you can lay this down like this. You can put your
Desk
keyboard here. You can put your mouse over here and all your bits and pieces.
Yep.
Right now I've got one of these sitting on top of a piano.
Good. So good.
With a synthesizer sitting on top of it. So I can do.
And I use them on workbenches when you're pulling something apart that's a bit more delicate or something electronic or whatever it is that you want to just have it all be a bit cleaner. You can roll it up, you can put it away, you can keep it. It's made of neoprene. It's really, really cool. I'm so happy with how these turned out. They come in a mad box. And these are available now, people. You can get one.
Of course, they come into the Unicorn Circuit before anybody else. Because these are quite a bulky and a fairly heavy item, we have limited numbers of them. So it's possible when you click the thing, if you go there, and go there now, I suggest you do, if it says sold out, sorry, you missed out. We'll try and get some more, but it might take a month or two, but we can pre-order some. But if you click on it and it says they're available, grab one while you can. Grab two, damn it. What is the design? Well, it's lots of Mighty Car Mod's cars. So on the front here, we got some Jimny, we got some BMW, there's turbos, there's DeLorean, S2000, there's just lots of...
MX-5,
there's the Beetle.
Super Turbo. There's this engine from Supergrams.
Just lots of rad things that have been on the show. So
cool.
That is the first bit of big news that we wanted to share with everybody. They're available right now. For Unicorn people only, we're going to give you something free with your Fat Matt. You can get them in blue or black. There's a drop-down menu, so just choose what you want. This one's mine. You can't have this one. So... you can get them on the shop. The other big bit of news before we get to the actual real news is bonjour, madame et mademoiselles and messieurs.
Ça va bien, merci.
Ça va?
Ça va?
Ça va très bien, merci.
Ça va Renault. Ça va Peugeot.
Ça va Citroën.
Ça va Peugeot Bro.
Fiat.
No, dude.
Is it? No, Fiat's are from Greece.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway, France... We're coming to see you
coming at ya
next week. Mighty Car Mod's France meet, 7th of June. Where's it going to be? No idea. But we will be in France. So if you're from France or you're from a surrounding country, man, you could be from Austria, Germany, Switzerland, you feel like a drive. We're going to be in the Paris area. I know that's a large area.
Just outside, not in the city, it'll be just outside.
Wednesday the 7th. I think you guys have got some protests and stuff happening next week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So the meetup is going to be on a Wednesday. A very casual meet, limited infrastructure. We're going to find a car park and let you know where it is. Keep your eye on probably the Mighty Car Mod's Facebook page will be the best one for announcements like that. There's a link below. Make sure you follow that. We'd love to say good day to you or say bonjour and check out some of your French nuggets. It's going to be great.
So that's some exciting bits of news there. A bit of travelling and a little bit of fat matting. Get your fat mat. You got a fat mat yet?
Yeah. So check it out. Links below, links up there. Let's dive right into the news.
Now, speaking of beige, boring Toyotas, I need to talk about a 79 series. Now, there's Facebook pages called No Need for 79 series, but 79 series are hailed as one of the best off-road vehicles ever made.
Are they called that because they were made in 1979?
Dude, the series thing? No, it's because a 200 series can't be made yet, can it?
That was made in the year 2000.
No, wouldn't that be the year 2200? I don't know.
No.
You sure?
No, but why? I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that a 79 series is like trying to be in a bar sort of a thing.
Wouldn't a 79 series was made in 1979? Wouldn't a 100 series be 2000? Because we're already in the... You know what I mean?
But I want to know what a 79 series does that's apparently better than what a Navara does.
Dude, you can't
or a
say
D-Max or any of those
others.
others.
There.
No, I want to know.
Owners
Educate me. What does a 79 series do other than give you shitty features, old door handles, like a steering wheel from a Camry. People hate them, dude.
They just work, man.
People hate them.
They just
they love them.
They keep the country running. They really do.
What are we talking about?
So a 70th anniversary edition. Someone bought for how much was it? Was it?
Like 80 grand or something. They cost like 82 grand.
$82,000. And recently, after wrapping it in one of those giant inflatable bubbles that you can get off random websites, are trying to sell it for $139,000 already. That was only 2 years ago. Absolutely crazy. I don't quite understand why.
$139,000 for a car with the same steering wheel from an early 2000s model Camry. What is going on?
We're through the hump of this hectic car shortage, though, aren't we?
I think so, but what we're seeing is a massive influx of Chinese cars. Like so many of them coming in. And I know a lot of people, there's a lot of like, I kind of feel like, I mean, I wasn't around for it when people were like, Japanese cars are no good.
Then Korean cars.
They were proven to be good. Then Korean cars were no good. Then Chinese cars. And obviously we have cars like the 240Z, which at the time in the mid-70s, when that kind of came out, people were like, oh, but it's not as good as a Porsche, and they made them cost less than a Porsche and go faster than a Porsche. And then people were like, wow, they're reliable. I own one, and it's still good.
It's worth noting also that Australia doesn't have a local manufacturing for cars like it used to. So all our market's imported like New Zealand has been forever. So it's a bit new for us, but also China's like, well, you're close. You're only 8 hours away by plane. Let's just chuck a couple of cars in there. And there's a market of people here who will buy them. Absolutely will buy them. Are they going to turn into the heroes of 30 years from now? Guess we'll find out.
Let's talk about Peugeots and Swift quickly. Over on the main channel of the other show that we make, we did a dyno test because the battle is imminent between those two cars. Cash versus trash. If you hadn't heard, I'm spending money, he's not spending money. We're modifying two cars to see what kind of differences, what kind of fun and what kind of performance we can get. We put up a little video of us dynoing the cars with intakes and pod filters. News flash, both of us lost power. Why did we lose power? Well, these are the two main arguments. Actually, I'm going to give you three arguments, but one of them's dumb. The first argument is that because we use different dynos and different operators, the numbers don't match. Okay. So that's the first argument.
Right.
Can you shoot down that one quickly, Martin?
Same dyno.
And same operator.
Same operator. Yes, different day, but similar atmospheric conditions. And honestly, by the time you're talking about, well, it was 22 degrees instead of 21, like, come on.
Yeah, we're not losing that much
It's
power.
not like you went summer to winter and 20 degrees different.
Exactly. The second argument seems to be that the reason that there is a evidence of power change is because we've got stickier tyres than before. Stickier tyres, I spoke to Scotty Hilsinger, the tuning fork, this morning about that. Sticky tyres, maybe not as much as like rotational mass, like different size. Some people are saying that our wheels and tyres are too big or too small.
Yours were the same weight, more or less.
Yeah, pretty much.
I did have a difference. I expected to see a drop because of extra rotation mass. I'm not an engineer, so I don't know how that exactly shows itself on a dyno, but in my head I'm like, well, it's heavier, so the engine has to turn it, so maybe I'm going to lose some power.
And mine are pretty much exactly the same weight, so
yes,
does a sticky tyre mean that you lose 6, 7, 8 kilowatts? I don't think so. The third theory, of course, is maybe the factory intakes on modern cars are good enough.
Quite efficient.
I know some people do drop-in filters with some success, but possibly changing a nicely manufactured and engineered thing into something that's not nicely manufactured and engineered for performance, like a downpipe off someone's house, may have been something to blame. But there it is. If you haven't seen that yet, check that out on the main channel. I'm talking Toyota performance now, people. An image has come out from Toyota and they've teased something. They've teased something very exciting. They've teased a vehicle that they plan to release during the 24 Hours of Le Mans in France, which is in a couple of weeks' time. Martin, this is what the internet is saying. Basically, they've teased the bottom half of a car. Okay. There's a garage door going down and you can see the bottom half. What people have started doing is photoshopping the top half of the car on to see which model actually fits up with their new Gazoo Racing GR model that they're looking to put out there. The car that matches up, the Cinderella's slipper, is a Toyota Prius. And so
GR Prius. Now,
word on the street is that there's going to be a Toyota Prius GR edition.
Cool. I mean, it's still going to be a Prius, right? Because imagine if someone came out and said, hey, we've taken the driveline from the GR Corolla and the GR Yaris and we've also added some hybrid stuff to it, so it uses half the fuel and has 100 more kilowatts.
That sounds good.
Whoa,
are they doing that?
It's not going to be that.
You've just heard it
here.
Oh,
it won't be. Well, they also, there's also GR Copens. That's worth a little Google. They look pretty cool. A white GR Copen.
Isn't a Copen a Daihatsu?
Yeah, but still, Toyota Daihatsu, same thing.
No, but they don't call it a GR Copen.
They do.
That'd be called a Gropen. It'd be called like a Gropen, wouldn't it? Do you want to come with me for a Gropen? Do you?
No.
Are you sure?
It'd be I didn't even pronounce it. A Grocopen.
Yeah.
Grocopian.
Where's the P coming from?
I don't know.
It's just Gropen. with a C in the middle. Anyway, last bit of news for the day, and this one was interesting. Replicas. MR2s get a lot of bad rap. These are four of the reasons.
There's a reason why.
These are four of the reasons why MR2s get a bad rap. I don't know, he'll tell you. Let's go through four of them.
For the reasons?
Yeah.
They leak. They're really hard to work on. Don't ever try and remove the fuel tank because you will hate life. And lift off / power oversteer. Can I keep talking? Just give me another 10 seconds.
I'll give you 3 more.
Also, fantastic cars some of the time. And some of the fastest roll racing / drag times. There's some guys in America that put Honda engines in them and done like 7s. They're very capable, but they're also really weird.
They get a bit of a bad rap because people use them to make other cars. So they use them to make replicas.
Mid-engine.
Not in this particular case. Somebody has made themselves a McClaren F1 LM replica. Now, this is a car, I think the last one of these sold in 2019 for the equivalent of $30 million. Someone's put one up on eBay. I'll show you a picture of it. $280,000, but it's based on a Porsche Boxster. So their whole thing is like, do you want the turning head ability of a McLaren, but the reliability of a 20-year-old Porsche Boxster? And if you do, this could be the car for you. Now, according to the seller, the imitation supercar is built on a combination of tubular frame and Porsche chassis. Then they just cover it in fiberglass. And then what he says, which I guess is honest, it can be passed off as a McLaren F1 LM to the untrained eye. Let's have a quick discussion about replica cars. What's the deal?
Well, there was that 180 getting around. You know that 180 getting around Sydney that looked like a Ferrari?
Yes.
Red one?
We wanted to buy it, but he wanted too much money. What didn't he want, like 40 grand?
Yeah, it was big money at the time.
It's like absolutely ridiculous.
And it's been sitting on the street for ages.
And so, is it okay to get a crummy car, make it look like an expensive car, and fill your emotional bank with the currency of fake turning heads?
I don't know.
Is that okay?
I'm torn on this one. You know why? Sometimes the amount of work that goes in these replicas and kits is phenomenal. Like some of the engineering, you're like, wow. Imagine if you'd put that engineering skill into like something that wasn't just trying to pass off as something else.
Yes.
And could it then have been its own unique thing? It's a little bit of that for me. But a lot of the time, they're really well done. Sometimes they're not.
I want to know, though, and this is the thing, that sometimes the car scene has a special category for you can't fake it, but we see houses built all the time that are architecturally informed by Hampton style? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, exactly.
Or Queenslanders, which we have here, and so someone goes, I'm going to make a house in that style. And everyone just goes, nice house, it's got a room in it, you can do a poo in the toilet, you can make your food, no one actually cares. Maybe an architect somewhere cares, but
that's it.
Cars, it's like a different story. You can't fake it.
But if you're cruising around in a replica and you go to a meet and everyone's like, whoa, it's a McClaren, it's an MR2. Or, well, it's a Boxster. What, is that good? I can't imagine being that person. I can't put myself in their shoes and be like, yeah, because I would go in those shoes and go, yeah, I built it and look at all the engineering work. It's amazing. It handles well, it drives well, all this stuff. But your average Joe is just going, what's it? Why have you done a fake one?
Yeah, and then maybe you drive down the street and some kids go, look at that, it's a supercar. And you go, that was money well spent, because it's still 280 grand.
Yeah.
So let me put this one out there. For your 280 grand, I'm just going to, look, it's a predictable thing I'm about to say. For 280 grand, for your daily, go get a Mark 7 Golf R, make it stage 3, you beat everything. That'll cost you 50 or 60 grand.
Yeah.
With the other 230 grand, get a Lotus. For like track days, like properly fast, you'll turn heads and some hemorrhoid cream with the change.
And you still have budget left to make
and you
some
still
nuggets.
Got money left to get
some
a boat
nuggets. Get a jet ski and a boat and a demolition derby and a postie bike there's so much you can do with that money.
Absolutely.
So I guess that's always different for everyone.
Anyway, I think that is all the news. Oh, by the way, sorry, the engine of that car, it's got the 3.2 litre flat six. It doesn't have the 6.1 litre BMW V12.
Still a good engine.
There's the thing. People, let's move it on to, is that even legal? Bonjour again. It's a little bit of a French edition today of the Unicorn Circuit. And my question to my good friend Martin do you like desks?
Yeah, especially when it's got a fat mat on it. Then I really like desks because they're extra comfy and you've got that nice work surface and it doesn't wreck the edges and you don't wreck your desk with your mouse and your keyboard and all your stuff.
Martin, would you like to sit at your desk? I know you'd like to go out for lunch.
I do, yeah.
But what if you had to sit at your desk? Would you rather sit at your desk with no food at lunchtime, or would you rather sit at your desk with some food you enjoy?
Food.
That's illegal in France. I've checked multiple sources, and by multiple, I mean one dodgy-looking website called Weird French Laws, It's illegal to eat a sandwich at your desk. It's actually illegal because they think that shows like the social disintegration of society.
Yeah.
A 2008
Don't
law
disagree.
states it is banned to let workers have their meal at their work premises. The rule was lifted during the pandemic to help workers respect rules on physical distancing. But a decree that was published 2 years ago allows desk time lunches, but it's a time-limited amendment to the law.
Yep.
That once everything's fine again, it'll be gone
Do
and
you
it'll
remember-
be illegal to sit at your desk.
Do you remember how good the lunch was at the Ford Focus factory in Germany? And
It-
everyone stopped. Burp.
Yeah.
Everything stopped, and everyone piles in that lunchroom. They made
Sausages, sauerkraut
this
sauce.
big plate of.
Yeah.
It was so good, and everyone hung out, and they all chatted.
And-
We chatted to the guys building the cars.
Do you remember when we went to Mazda factory in Hiroshima and we
Oh,
go,
lunch.
Mazda lunch. Nice bento box, delicious things in them.
good.
What do you get for an Aussie lunch? Snag and a bun, pie.
Sausage.
Let's go.
Meat pie.
That's the laws, Martin. What have we got now, Martin? Is it conspiracy time?
I think it is.
You've got a big one, Martin.
We've got. Do we have a crap car? That's the question.
No, we don't.
right,
Send
well,
us one,
send us a
please.
crap car.
mycrapcar at
It's been some.
theunicorncircuit.com. Last week's one was absolutely bellissimo,
So
or
good.
whatever the French
One
word
of the
for
best.
bellissimo
One of the
is.
best. We do. No, we do.
Fantastic.
Next, we do have tin foil hat cat. This week on Tinfoil Hat Cat, we talk about some of the most conspiratorial things that are mostly and
That could be true.
That could be true, but it's more to open your brains and have a think about some of these bigger issues that are at hand. And this week we are talking about energy, specifically free energy suppression
Conspiracy.
And so, what are we talking about? Well,
What are we talking? What is free
we're talking-
energy suppression, Martin?
Currently, you pay for your energy. You pay for your nut bar at the servo, energy. You pay for your electricity, energy. You pay for gas. If you're in America, you pay for gas and gas. Gas for your house that's liquid and gas for your car that's like the liquid and one's the gas. Work that out. We pay for petrol and ethanol. You pay for all your energy. What if energy was free? Have you thought about what the world might be like if energy was free? Now, lately, this is a bit of an old theory, but lately, there's been a lot of talk about cold fusion, where you don't have to run a nuclear power plant at 5 million degrees and risk meltdowns and all the bad stuff that's happened over the year. You can do it at a colder point, and therefore it's easier, it's more containable, and it's basically free energy that doesn't require a constant uranium. You get more energy out than you put in. That's my very basic version of what it is. You get more energy out than you put in. That's the theory. Great, you've got like net positive energy, and away you go.
Yeah.
So, where's that? There's been discoveries lately where people are like, oh yeah, this is a thing, and then it goes away.
Yeah.
And then they go, oh, this is a thing, and it goes away. And you have to start thinking about, well,
Why did it go away? Why did it go away? Now, there's a thing that people you may have seen on the internet before, which is a perpetual motion machine, which is a machine basically that using its own motion, its own inertia, can go forever. And one of the ones that you can see, there's a little ball, and it drops like this, and it goes whoop, and then it flings up and drops down again. It goes round and round like that. And so this video it did the rounds on TikTok and Instagram, and everyone's like, whoa, this is amazing. So I thought, wow, perpetual motion machine, I'm going to get one. I actually did legitimately buy one of these things, a perpetual motion machine. It came from China. It was only $12.
Sucker!
And I was like, what?
nothing.
Anyway, I can tell you.
The bird that dips its beak in the water, that thing?
No, I can tell you, it absolutely works.
Whoa.
You looking at me like I'm taking the piss. I'm not taking the piss.
No.
So on the top, there's a little bowl.
Tinfoil Hat Cat is serious business, man. It's never done as a joke.
There's a little bowl with a rail like this. You put a ball in here, it goes down the rail, and at the top, it kicks off the top of the rail, lands in the bowl again, and it goes round and round and round. If I was more professional, I'd put a video up of actually showing. It legitimately does work. And so I'm like, this is real. Why is this being suppressed? Because if you could get the energy of that ball and somehow... You don't believe me.
No, that's just some dude in China who's going, oh, look, another one. Yeah, send it to him.
You don't believe me, though.
I believe you, yeah. Sure.
You do?
I do. I like to have an open mind about all sorts of things.
The ball goes round and round and round and round forever. And it will go up, down, down. Well, in fact, it goes round and round and round and round forever until the AA battery runs out that's hidden inside the bowl. Now, when I actually bought this thing and I was promised perpetual motion, what I found out is the tiny little hole that the ball goes down into has a motor that's got a little spinning wheel. So when the ball goes in, it goes zip, zip, like that. When
So
you
you
take the
thought
battery
for
out...
$12 from China, you'd basically solved the energy crisis of the world.
Yeah.
But it turns out...
So I took the wheel out of it and I took the battery out of it, and I'll show you what it does. So it doesn't work. But the point is that perpetual motion machines and anti-gravity devices already exist. They've been suppressed
Really?
by big government. They have been. Anti-gravity boots are already a thing. And they're being suppressed probably by Big Pharma. I don't know why.
No, it's big corn.
Is it big corn?
Big corn, because they can't sell the corn to then make the ethanol to then put in your
Fossil
E85
fuel,
that no one buys anymore.
Nuclear energy. They're scared of the Chinese perpetual motion machines on eBay.
You bought for $12.
They've sold a lot of them too.
Yeah,
They've
they
sold
have.
a lot.
Suckers!
But they didn't tell you it needed a battery. So I was like, let's go.
I reckon old mate who sells them, I reckon some port, some marina, somewhere in like Shenzhen, wherever it is, there's just the best 75-foot yacht you've ever seen with like a helicopter on top and jet skis and all this stuff. And he's just sitting there.
There is. And it's powered by perpetual motion. There's 1,000 of these machines.
The sticker
going
on the
like
back
this.
just says perpetual motion, suckers. Like,
Anyway, that's the free
Anyway.
energy conspiracy theory.
that's
I think that one is viable for one of the first times in the... Do you as well?
Speaking of things that are
Martin,
viable.
do you believe that's viable?
No.
Why not?
No, it's not. Is perpetual motion viable? I'm not Einstein, I don't know.
In space it is.
Are they hiding? I tell you what, okay. I'm just
Forget
gonna debunk
gravity
this.
and forget
I'll tell
air.
you
Don't
why they're
debunk
not-
it. Go with
why
me,
they're
Martin.
not hiding cold fusion or any of this stuff. Why they're not holding it? Could you imagine if you're just sitting at some university somewhere with your machine and you've done a thing that's like zoom, and it's putting more energy out than you're putting in?
Amazing. Use that to run rockets.
Well, you invented a thing. They don't then go, oh, excuse me, hey, big oil, I've done a thing. Maybe you should murder. Like, maybe we should cover this up so I can keep driving my Ford F-150. Shit, no.
Oh, Martin,
know
you've
what I mean?
fallen for it.
I've fallen for it.
You've
I
fallen
have.
for it, man.
Oh,
You're
hook, line, and
starting to
sinker.
believe mass media. You're starting to believe the internet, dude. What happened to you?
MSM.
Come on, man.
What do you mean?
Anti-gravity boots, dude.
Anti-gravity boots are awesome. Did you get them off eBay as well?
They come in a bottle this big, and you drink it. And go, Anyway, there it is. I
It's
believe.
fanking.
Is it fanking?
It's absolutely time for fanking.
Fanking is the delightful art of recontextualising a product's name by taking a photo of it down near your crotch. We're diving straight in. These photos
the
are coming
name.
from the Facebook group,
We're still
not
going
the
on
Facebook
about
page, because they clamped the page down. They, meaning the Zucks.
it. You know the old dudes on the... In 1986, they stopped me from doing that, and I don't like it.
Yes.
Still talking about it.
Yeah, we're that guys.
We are. Change their software that we pay for.
How's my English? Martin, there's cock meat. Look at it. There's a lot of it there too, isn't it? That's a substantial feed, I reckon.
Feed.
Martin, a deluxe mix of fat
Oh,
balls.
fat balls. You could put your fat balls on your fat mat, couldn't you?
You could empty your fat balls onto your fat mat.
No, that's a different kind of mat.
Is it? A fat mat? Martin, I'm not even reading
Oh,
that.
no, don't read that
It's
one.
got-
No, don't
There you
read
go.
that one.
Boom. That says penis. It's funny because it says penis. That's the whole joke. Hi, Mum. I hope you're proud. 4 years at uni. 4 years. All right, quick and thick.
I like that
There
there's
it is.
no fanking, no thumb technique required for that.
That's
Just
good.
quick
That's a
and
good
just
one.
thick.
Martin, this is a urine shot stream. And I think, it's also natural. He's got 4 words in there. A natural urine
And what is it?
shot
What does
stream.
it create the ultimate of?
I don't know.
I don't want to
That's
know.
something we'll never know
we won't.
because that bit's been cut off. Martin, I don't even know what this
Cacao
is.
sweet balls.
Oh, no, it's the sweet balls. Great. I don't like cacao.
Nah,
It's like
cow.
a nasty chocolate. I know
It's like
people
the-
that's like meant to be the
The
pure thing.
sound you make when you're trying to tell your friends when you're hiding in the bush and you're hunting something. Cacao.
Oh, is that what that
I
is?
don't know. No, I don't know.
That's a whipped butt cream. There we go. Betty Crocker. I made a Betty Crocker cake. It was delicious.
Yeah, nice.
This is not a sponsored video, believe it or not. I did. Before I kind of knew how to cook, and I still don't really, but I tried a few things, I made a Betty Crocker cake. And my mate who's a chef, the guy we used to run a restaurant with, I was like, try this cake. And he's like, that's really good. And I was like, that's a packet mix. And he's like, I don't care, it tastes good.
Yeah, that's it.
He's like,
don't
Betty
care, it
Crocker's
tastes
all right.
good. Well said. That's a bit like your replica McClaren thing. Don't care, looks good.
That says Feelin' Myself Intimate Gel. They must have known. They
Whoa.
must know that that's a cheeky one. Martin, that's the right nut. You don't want the wrong one. Martin,
Oh, left
Pump and
one.
Grow. I imagine that's
These
for
are
your
pretty
yard.
good, man. These are pretty good
They're
today.
very good this week. But why has it got a hand thing on it for Pump and Grow? Unless you just meant to...
I don't know.
Like, is that not for your lawn?
Oh, you probably put it in pot plants or something.
Oh, right. I want to get some of that. That's a big bag of nuts. I put that one in there because it's clever, because he folded the thing and he made the thing with the thing, which is great. On that, that's crack and wedges, which is pretty good, because you can give the crack a wedgie. Last up, we've got banana bedtime.
It happens.
And Fank of the week. A diet cock. Well done. Good job. If you want to share your inane but hilarious photographs with us, please go to the Fanking group.
The group. You'll find it.
We're going to link it down below.
Next up, we're doing something. We put out a bit of a shout out saying, hey, we need some mailbag / random eat bag, and you guys delivered.
Did they?
Yeah, there's some cool stuff floating around, man. We've got to open it.
Oh, okay.
We're going to open it. Next up, here we go.
Every week on the mailbag, we open things that you've sent us. This week is no exception. Ooh. I'm going to start with this letter. This person, David and Amanda, they've got their own seal. Look at this one.
Oh, that's
an
cool.
Actual wax seal. And look how nicely they've presented it. Thank you, David and Amanda.
Do you keep it in your pool or your bathtub?
The seal?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
This is from Try Treat. So, dude, there's people with like real. Oh, dude, these are
Korean treats.
Dude, these are Korean.
Man, save that for the next section.
Goodness.
Save that for the next bit. Look at this. Look at what has been created here. Now, kindly RSVP.
Oh, this is attention just to you.
David and Amanda, we invite you to share with us in celebration our wedding. I probably shouldn't share all the details of your wedding, but congratulations,
that's very thoughtful.
David. Thank you very much for sending that. And there's an RSVP. They invited us to their wedding. Thank you very much. We will send an RSVP to you. That's pretty cool.
What's this?
Beautiful invitation, by the way. Well done.
Chop this with.
Use your teeth. Use your knife.
Use a key. I've got a key.
Use something. All right, we've got something here.
Fragile.
This is wiper blades. Do you reckon it's actually wiper blades?
Yeah, probably. Sometimes people send us wiper blades.
Do they really?
Yeah.
All right.
And then they're like, can you tell people about wiper blades?
All right.
Well, or do this for you. You should look at that.
We've, all right. Here we go. Glass cleaner.
Heavy duty.
Hey, Marty and Moog, find included wiper blades for the hectic white EK Civic. Hopefully the cheap build goes to plan. Regards, Henry, uniwiper.com.au. Thank you very much. We will stick them on the Civic.
This one. That looks like it has something cool.
All right. This one here is from A. Birch in Melton West. And thank you for paying $16, $65 to send it here. What's going on in here?
Legit.
This is hectic. I hope YouTube doesn't stick an ad right now, because the entertainment and excitement is palpable.
They do that.
G'day Moog, knowing your love of all things synthesizer and Moog, I couldn't leave these records behind during a recent op shop visit.
Look at that! Does that just get you so...
That is amazing.
So
look at that. That is Yamaha Superstar Light My Fire. So a lot of the time, like when synthesizers first came out, people were like, don't make crazy music with them, just do other music with them, like Switched on Bark, which was like a kind of seminal record that changed everybody's life, because they were like, wow, synthesizers like. Last week, I went to a nerdy thing for the Australian Chamber Orchestra, which was a group of Moog synthesizer performers performing in a little ensemble, and it was amazing. We've also got Sound 2000, Moog Organ Rhythm by Klaus Wunderlich. Look at him go, and look at his big synth there.
That's mad.
Dear record fans, I want to introduce my Moog synthesizer. You know the sound of the synthesizer from the number Popcorn. The instrument offers a musician and technician who likes experimenting an enormous number of possibilities, since every sound and noise can now be synthetically produced. Listen to the would-be trombones. What's funny is in Hollywood, when synthesizers came out, their session musicians union actually banned use of them, because they're like, the synthesizers will take our job. The synthesizers were the AI of the time. And they're like, oh no, the synthesizer can do that. It sounds totally different. Let them have the synthesizers. Oh, this is it. This is the one I just mentioned, Switched on Bark. That there is worth a considerable amount of money. That is incredible. This here is Brandenburg Concerto No. 3, Air on a G string, etc., performed on the Moog synthesizer. Look at that. That's awesome. So on the back, there's a bunch of information about Moog and also Walter Carlos, who was, I think now is Wendy Carlos, went through a gender transition and is a famous Moog performer and composer.
Dude, that's worth like
Oh, like how much money?
more than the record was new, probably.
Okay, great.
That's not bad.
Thank you very much for sending that to me. That's very, very
That's
kind.
awesome. Next up, we're going to do some random eat bag. Random Eat Bag is a delightful part of the show where we eat random stuff out of a bag. Now, we sometimes get these treat box things. We had one for a while that was like a Tokyo treat thing, which was cool. Always JDM snacks. And then these guys emailed us and said, do you want to try ones that aren't JDM? And I'm like, okay. So they
Not
sent a box.
sponsored, they sent it to us.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Not sponsored, but thank you for that. Apparently these are from South Korea.
Have a look,
So
mate.
it's got like a whole bunch of them. A whole bunch
This
of them
month's
in there.
treats come to you from South Korea. It's partly in Asia and a fascinating country. It's Korea's largest snack companies performed during Korea's period of economic
You've
growth.
been to Korea?
I have been to Korea.
I have not.
And I went to Seoul. It was a really lovely place, actually.
Interestingly-
it looked just like that.
Interestingly, a lot of this stuff looks
Japan.
exactly the same as Japan, which probably means it's like manufactured by the same mob, right?
Martin, bring it over so I can see.
stuff to
What are we
choose
going
from.
What are we going to
You
choose?
can do toasted seaweed if you want.
Martin, I think we should do this. I think we should do strawberry
Oh,
corn.
dude, this one's called Pchu Pchu.
Let's eat pshoo pshoo.
That's like literally eating blowfowl. Don't boil it, smash it is what it says. Spicy rice cake. Dude, this is going to be good.
Yeah, great.
Spicy rice
All
cake
right,
flavour.
let's have some spicy rice.
Here we go.
Remember, fat mats available on the website. If you're in France, we'll be catching up with you next week. Oh, I reckon you meant to put... Oh, I know what you meant to do.
Oh, yeah, you smash it.
And then you tip that on it.
Did anyone when they were a kid, this is like a super Aussie thing, did anyone when they were a kid eat just Maggi noodles?
Monster noodles.
In bulk? No, not the monster ones, the Maggi ones you were supposed to cook.
All right.
And they just turn into noodles in your stomach?
Oh,
Probably
no,
not
I
very...
just made a mess on your fat mat. And now close the lid.
It just went literally everywhere.
Dude,
These are good, aren't they?
That's incredible.
Oh,
Absolutely incredible.
wow.
Thank you very much for sending it. That is pshoo pshoo noodle snack, spicy rice flavour.
Give the choo-choos a go.
That's another episode of the show. We'd love to see your nuggets. Please send us
We
in
would.
some cars to mycrapcar. We'll put you on the show.
Yep.
Thank you for sending it all.
You breathed in, didn't you? And all like the spicy stuff went down your throat.
Thank you for sending in the stuff. Thanks for the wedding invitation. Thanks for the records. I've got a record player, so I'll give it a listen.
Coming at you, France. Get yourself a fat mat. It's going to be good. This is loose as this show, but it is very, very, very fun. Got some epic episodes coming up for you as well. A bit more cash versus trash and some serious, long-term, slow-cooked, slow-boiled stuff that we've been working on for months and months and months and months that's coming your way as well. Just to round out a couple of stories and kick off a few new ones, which is what
Cash
it's all
vs.
about
Trash
here.
is almost done. There's a couple of episodes left. And we might revisit it later on. We've been thinking about Cash vs. Trash motorbikes. We've been thinking about Cash vs. Trash boats.
Oh, good.
And we've been thinking about Cash vs. Trash kebabs. So, yeah. Maybe we call that show Donor or Diarrhea. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway,
Speaking of kebabs.
see you next time. Bye.